very well. She went in and got a nice job in a not overly challenging environment, but she tackled it head on and obviously worked really well. The only thing was, I like people with that little bit of fire. You know, maybe that little bit of anger. I mean, I asked her, what does she want in 5 years' time? If you'd said that to me at 23, I'd have said, I want my own company. And, you know, I had all these ambitions going on. I said to her, what do you want? She said, health and happiness. She was only a step from saying world peace. I mean, but a funny thing is, I actually believed it.
Isn't it fantastic that in this country we have people at 23 with the type of potential Niamh is showing? And I think people like that who show early are holding back a little bit because of the lack of experience, and there's a type of veneer that's terribly false put up, and it sort of can grate with you a little bit because they're very careful about everything that they say. And I think that explains why she is, in my view, from what I could see when we drilled it down, an appalling risk taker. I mean, she just won't take risk. Does that put her at a disadvantage for you? I don't think so, Bill, because you're the risk taker and she'll be the deliverer. You know, sometimes as an apprentice, you don't want somebody who's out there gambling with your money. Not. Yeah, so, you know, I don't think that's a big drawback.
Well, all I can say is my warmest thanks for your expert review. It's really a privilege to work with you guys because I really get the best from you. And I thank you for that. And I look forward to seeing you again. So God bless and thanks again.
Okay, Bill.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I think they got it right, Jackie.
Very astute.
Good afternoon, candidates.
Good afternoon.
Yesterday, I asked 4 of the country's top recruiters to put you through your paces. You should have felt that it was a real opportunity for you to talk about yourself. Why you were the best person for this position. Anyone like to kick off and answer that question?
Yes, Bill.
Panos.
All of us, we tick boxes that you required from us. But I think there is one box that I tick most than all the other candidates, Bill. My natural gift, I'm a positive communicator. I can motivate people to work for me, and I can motivate people to work for you as well. I have that gift, and that's what I intend to do if I get hired in your organisation, and I will be glad to do that for you.
What would you say to the interviewer's line that it is all about Panos? You think of yourself first. You think of getting the credit for yourself first.
I don't think that is correct, because if I wanted to do that, I would have shown it through this competition. Everybody said that I sat back in many tasks, and no, what they meant possibly is that I didn't search for the praise, because I don't need praise. I know where I've done well, but what I search for is criticism, because that's how I can improve. I'm not insecure. I know where I'm doing good, and I possibly want to know where I'm doing bad. And that's what I need to know from my manager, from my leader.
So, Will, why should you be the best person for this position?
First of all, Bill, the interviews, you know, don't think I sold myself. First of all, and you'll probably be told that as well.
And you're supposed to be a great salesman.
I am, yeah, Jesus, and I don't think I performed on the day in my interviews, Bill, but I can tell you one thing, you know, I've learned throughout this whole process a number of different things I can do. I'm very creative, I'm very passionate about winning. Ultimately, Bill, I'm a hard grafter, and that's what you need in this current climate. You can put me in a room, Bill, give me a piece of paper and I'll make you money. But
Mairead criticised your CV as one of the poorest she'd ever seen.
Obviously, I'm extremely disappointed what Mairead had said. You know, she's an expert in that field, and for my CV not to be up to scratch and to get that comment is
but that shouldn't happen.
It shouldn't happen, Bill. Listen, sending the CV into yourself and having mistakes is totally not acceptable.
Well, as you know, those CVs didn't come into me. They went into the recruitment company. If I get a CV with spelling mistakes, do you know what happens to them?
In the bin. Correct, and rightly so, yeah.
So you're very lucky to be here at all.
I am.
And that's something that you have to take on board.
100%, Bill.
Niamh,
Yes.
how would you answer the question?
I think, Bill, I'm young and I'm hungry and I know my weaknesses, and that's maybe a lack of experience, but I think I bring something new to your organisation, a fresh eye, creativity. I think I could do a lot for you, and I think I could learn a lot from you, but I think I could give you as much as you could give me.
The interviewer said you were unflappable, and they think that was rehearsed.
Well, if that's how I come across, then maybe I come across as being well able to answer up for myself, and I think I am, but I don't think it's rehearsed. If they said I was unflappable, I'll take that as a compliment, because I went into these interviews different than I would any standard interview. I went into these interviews expecting a grilling, and that's my main objective, was to not crack under the pressure.
Your sweet demeanour has been misconstrued as passive-aggressive, and I can see that right now.
That's a big challenge, because I am who I am, and I don't know how I can fix that, because my personality is me, and it's unfortunate if people think that about me, because I don't think it's true.
Michelle, why should you be the best person for this position?
I would say that I think I have proven that I'm not just a salesperson, that I will put my hand to anything else and do a good job of it, that I've definitely shown my management skills, and that I will get stuck in no matter what the task is.
David Todd, maybe you've plateaued and that maybe you don't have much more to give. Which was reflected in the last task, that you kind of gave up with Barry.
I wouldn't feel like I gave up with Barry, but I probably could have pushed much harder, and, you know, I did what I thought was the best thing to do to get the task done. But with regards to plateauing, I feel like I've hit a brick wall, and all I've ever done is sales, and I can't move out of sales at the moment, because people look at my job, at my CV, and they give me a sales or a sales management position, and that's why I'm here, because I have hit a brick wall. I want to go somewhere else. I want to be pushed. I want to be put in a different direction. I'm stuck in a specific industry at the moment, and I can't get out of it, and that's why I'm here, to get a job where I can be pushed and challenged and do new things.
Well, let me tell you what I think. Michelle, I thought from your CV you'd only be good at sales, but you're showing yourself to be an all-rounder. Until the last two tasks, that is. And now I'm concerned that maybe your follow-through is poor. Panos, for a long time, in my eyes, you were coasting. Didn't see much energy, and yet you gave great presentations. And people do warm to you. And most of all, on paper, on your CV, you do look the most promising of the candidates. Niamh, youth, 23 years old. But you're probably the person who ruffled the least feathers in terms of your teamwork. Will, you have the likability factor. You're a very good salesman, and I certainly believe that you have the potential. But you're probably a few years away from where you need to be. But this year, with all that I have in mind, you don't make it. So, Will, you're fired.
Thanks so much for the opportunity. Thanks, mate.
Thanks, Will.
I do see Bill as an icon, I can relate to him, being perfectly honest. The reason why I can relate to him is my grandfather was just like him, grew up in North Great Georgia Street, and came up the ranks, and I see him the same way. And like myself, you had to go out very young and work, and survival tactics kicked in. So I do see him as an idol, definitely. Definitely something to aspire to. And hopefully I'll cross paths with Bill one day again.
I've made a decision. There are only two people going through to the final. But I have to say, Michelle, You are in my final.
Thank you.
Why should you be in the final, Apprentice?
I'm pretty aware that I had a very poor start, but I think I picked throughout the competition from the middle till the end, but I still have so much more to give. I'm a hard worker, I'm not lazy, I don't sit back.
Didn't see an awful lot of that, Apprentice.
That's why I'm asking to be in the final.
Do you want to be in the final, Niamh?
I want to be in the final more than anything, Bill, because I want to get the job and I want to work with you, and I think you'd be taking a risk on me, and I know you would, but as you said, you're a risk taker and I want you to take a risk on me.
So you're both credible candidates, and it's not an easy decision. And this episode in your life will give you a new focus on the future. But unfortunately, it won't be with me in the Glencullen group. Panos, you're fired.
Thank you very much for the opportunity. Brian, Jackie, it was an honour.
Thank you, Panos.
Best of luck, kids.
Well, congratulations and well done. And as a means of treating you both, Jackie and I have arranged for our Cloister Spa to come up from Killarney to be with you in your residence tomorrow. On top of that, we've arranged for our eminent chef, Laurent, to be there to cook you some meal. So you can relax, you can enjoy the pampering, but you better be ready for the final. Good luck to both of you.
Thank you.
I truly hope that I would have gotten the job, but he thinks I'm not the right one, so yes, I am gutted. But I truly, truly believe that they deserve to be in the final. I don't know, I'm so happy for them. I'm gutted for myself, but I'm really happy for them. They're going to be delighted, they're going to be so excited.
With the two finalists chosen and the end goal within their reach, time for some quality pampering before the final task begins.
Feels absolutely wonderful to be in the final. Really, really excited.
A bit nervous, very excited, and I don't know what they'll have in store for us.
Delighted. Proper good fight now.
You've seen passive. Now watch me be aggressive. Best of luck to you, Michelle. May the best girl win.
14 gone and only 2 remain. The search for Bill Cullen's apprentice is nearly over. Next week on The Apprentice.
You are in the final. I think you need some help.
Okay, how are you feeling? Are you comfortable?
Yeah, very.
It basically picks up all the hot spots. One-on-one.
Jesus! My seed money and then I'm done.
How am I over?
Pairs of Senator Win. Do we have 494?
You're hired.